Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on Zedcraft Season 5 server. My name's Ermal. Today we are building more of Zelda, or the Legends of Zelda, as I'm calling the game. It's just a little bit of an update I wanted to provide as we move through the different aspects of building this. It's been built and rebuilt a few times. Let me set my spawn. It's been built and rebuilt a few times, and I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm hoping to get from the game and how it's going to work. All right, so when they start the game, the user presses this button. Yep, this button sends a signal down to the bottom where it starts the mob farm. Mob farm, of course, is always there. It's always going, but the water doesn't push them off until you say go. And so when this little guy is staring at this redstone, actually, I don't know how he sees the redstone, because look, I mean, his eye's on that side of it, this eye's on this side. But somehow he sees that the redstone gets activated, starts the mob cycle. Another thing so that's what that does, goes down there. This green line also starts a bunch of other activities in the underneath itself. Like it will dispense your first sword. It'll fill some of the barrels. These are barrel machines. Things of that nature. All right, then another thing that happens is the purple line. The purple line is the big timers that control when certain mobs can go into certain areas. This orange resets the timers, and so the first thing is going to start this timer. This timer is going to take 5 minutes, and so it's going to go ahead, while it's doing that, make sure all the other timers are reset. So it's going around and making sure all the other timers are forgotten. See, this is a timer memory cell. This says forget what's in there, and it pushes it back in there. So it's got to do stuff underneath. It's got to start the mobs. It's got to start the timers. And the timers are sequential, so when this timer finishes, the next timer starts. But then it also needs to reset the mob counts. So up here at the top, those lights on saying, we know that a mob has fallen through here. And there's all these different spots that mobs can come in. And I want one from each one and one only. So that's what's going to happen there. It's going to reset those. Go ahead and count those again. And so that runs all the way around the whole area. It's over there because every mob dropper has to have a counter. I mean, that's a lot. I think that's all I need to talk about for now. Once a mob has fallen down each one, let's go take a look. It happens at the very end. Okay, and now finally the mobs, that one's gone. This one's got one. The very last ones turn the corner here and fall down here. Well, here we know that the last one has fallen because it falls through the string. And it resets the timers. So after they've all filled once, then this comes over here and says, hey guys, stop, reset that timer. And oh, by the way, reset all of the mobs and go again. And so the timer starts over again. The blue goes over there, make sure that the timer starts over again, and then of course the red actually resets all those colors. And then you run the maze. So if it takes, like I said, 5 minutes, you'll be standing on this. You don't have to stand here; you can stand anywhere you want. It's a free country. But when the timers are all ready, that's where the thing will open, and you'll go in and you'll go do the stuffy stuff. And we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do a run. We're gonna do a run right here on this. We're gonna do a run right here on this video. In this video? Under this video. I think it's under this video. Alright, we'll do that in just a second after I finish talking about these other two lines. Now this line is I'm done playing. Please turn the mob spawner off. So just the guy's looking at this thing, same thing goes down there, but this one turns it off. So that one turns it on, that one turns it off. And then it goes up here that says, hey, Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Hold on. Not only do you need the mob spawner to be on, but the mobs will despawn because it's so big. So we have items being dropped into here, into the water stream, and as they come up, they pick up an item. They don't have to, but there's a pretty high chance that they're going to because these chunks are so old. Anyway, so they pick them up, and then that way they don't respawn. So this machine has to turn on that says, dump all the items. There's not a lot of items left. We've been having some problems with mobs despawning. Or not mobs despawning, but mobs going somewhere to die in the maze. 5 minutes goes by and all their gear's already despawned. This used to be full, and that was up full. So that's how many we've lost. Sad story, really. But anyways, yeah, so that green line comes off the timer just because I needed to grab it from somewhere. And it go ahead and says yes. This is the memory cell. It pushes this over and says the game has started, so do your clicking. See, it's ready. It's ready to do the clicking. So once I complete the circuit, it's going to push this against that. Right? They're going to look at each other and click, 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 and put all those things into the game. Okay. So anyways, this color, this, what is it? What is this? Cyan? Is that what this is? What is this? This is the color that turns the game off, essentially. All the mob stuff off, because you don't want that stuff running because it's entity heavy. This one doesn't do anything yet, but this one will start the music. So he's going to see it, or she. I didn't mean to assume. I have no idea. So this entity watching thing is going to see the redstone dust flash on, and it's going to start the music. But it's not. The music's not even done down there, but it will be from right there. Okay. There's a few problems I already know that are going on in the dungeon. I don't care. I want to go ahead and show you. I want to show you a run. Let's see if I can survive. Let's see. I'm going to put all my gear here. And you saw lots of flashy things. So it said, told all the mob counters, hey, you haven't seen any mobs yet. Go ahead and get ready for a mob. It starts this clock. Here's what the clock actually looks like. So now this is your hopper clock. These items are flowing over here. Once they're all flown over, then this comparator will give it a signal of strength 12. So it had to whine around a little bit, but there are 12 of these. And it'll finally say, hey, now remember, this is another memory cell, that the timer is finished. So it'll remember that. It'll say, hey, the timer's finished. Go do stuff. It'll flip this, turn that off, and that'll start the next area. So I don't know. I said it was 5 minutes. I don't know what it is. It's a couple of minutes at least. All right. Well, I won't bore the entire video with how long this is. Let me just go and be prepared. Okay. All right. So now we're in. First thing, if you remember the old game. Why is there two? Okay, I'm going to grab both of them. No, yeah, because I need to. So they're different. This one's got knockback and smite. Okay, none of the same. Oh, yeah. Took a life, but I got started. Man, see, this is one of the problems. There should only be dispensing one of those. And it should only be dispensing one in here, but right now it's doing two. Alright, so when you're done with this room, you can notice that there's another thing, but I can't get in there. It's because you need the bomb, remember? Oh, ouch. Watch your face. Okay, now, each of these quads, like this is 4 Zelda maps, they're separated by some doors. You just press the button, open the doors. When the timer and the press button, when there's a timer going off and the button has been pressed, then it'll open. It's because I don't want all the mobs intermingling. Okay, well this one's not too bad. Now, one thing we can do to stay alive is have the health potions. And guess what this little area has? Oh, there's already one in there because I didn't pick it up the last time I ran it. But I might actually use it this time. So let's hold on to it. All right, now that I bought a potion, that opens this door if the timer's ready. So I don't have an extra button here. I have that. Oh, you're doing stuff on this. Let's go ahead and get the timer going. You have a bow. One of the things that I'm learning how I want to solve this problem is because you give items to the zombies and the skellies, when you kill them, those items go into your inventory, and unfortunately, that means your inventory fills up. So you'll see my solution to this problem in just a second. Okay, I think that's everybody here. Okay, now that I got that 90 rupees, I can get a shield. And again, I didn't grab them one of the times that I played, so I'm not really good at this. I'm not really use a shield well kind of guy, but I'll give it a go. Alright, yep, so now that this area is cleared, I'm thinking about oh, okay, he just came in. Skellies are faster than zombies when they have a sword. Yeah, don't ask me. Projectile protection? Alright, it's better than nothing. Okay. Alright, it's not too bad. Are we ready? How many arrows? 4? Not bad. Okay, he's not going to bother me until I bother him. Oh, he picked up. Why does the skeleton prefer the sword? It is so weird. And my idea with this, I'll probably just end up getting rid of it. You know, in Zelda, there's mobs that are in the water. And, for top prot too. And you can't go into the water after them. You're not allowed to do that in the actual Zelda game. And so I was like, oh, you know, I can have different things, and unbreaking, it's garbage. And I first had this glass wall kind of around it that maybe they would shoot at you if it was a skelly. Oh, I need to use those arrows. Listen, buddy. Look, you have all armor. I'm not very good at this. Okay, what are you? Power 2, power 2. So your inventory starts to fill up, and you could use some food. So you come in here, and you say, you know what, just give me some food. Is there anything left? Yeah, one more. A cookie. Alright, that's actually, yeah, some pretty bad rolls on that. But that's fine, that's fine. Oh, I can roll some more. Okay, let's see. Go up here. Now we're going to buy the candle is the thing we need to do next. Any googly monsters? Okay, nope. Excuse me. Candles. 60 rupees. Now when you buy the candle, yes, you get this little thing that says pretend I'm a candle. I'm not going to grab it because you don't actually need the thing. And that way it's easier for me to reset if I leave it there. But what it does is it opens up the area where the candle is. In the game. Alright, well, mobs can respawn behind you. Remember how I said that once it put one everywhere, it would put one everywhere again? Okay. Okay. We still might be pretty good time. Now I can get the 20 rupees. That block was up, and it just moved it down. So now I can get the stuff that's in that barrel. And now, I'm still going to go ahead and eat this. Rotten flesh. So I got crummy rolls. Is this a good bow? Punch. I don't know. Power 2 is probably better than punch. Okay, with my 20 rupees, I can come into here and buy the bomb. 20 rupees. Bombs dispensed. Again, you don't actually need the item. I'm going to leave it in there because that's easier for me on resetting. The other thing that that button does is it says, oh, if you're already at this point in the game, the last thing is also... So one of the things you can see that's starting to be a problem is I may have outplayed all the armor that's in the game. Right, now you're starting to see the mobs not have armor, not have good weapons. Oh my goodness, the thunder happened right when I opened that door. Oh. All of a sudden, and I won't see it coming. Oh, great googly moogly. I don't know which is better. I don't know the answer to that. I want more food. The red ring despawned. Oh, so I have lost. Because I can't get... unless... Was there two? Sometimes there's two. Yeah. I show you. Okay, there's a bad guy. I used my arrow. Arrow singular. Oh. Now you might still drop arrows, but it won't matter. You have to have the red ring to get past here. And it disbonded. Alright. I have to figure out, is this a part of the game? Is this... Actually, there's no way out then. I'm stuck down here. Forever. There, I just put a red ring into the system. Okay, now it's open. Now we're in the dungeon. Are we ready? I hear more zombies. Okay, now to get through here, see, this door should be closed, and it is closed. But there should be... Okay, and that's another bug. I don't know how to fix that one. I don't know how to fix it. But you come in here and you get the key. There's 5 of them. There's a wandering trader. And you throw the key in here. But have it land in there. Ugh, now that they both went in, it's going to break it. Yeah. Of course. Alright, but now that'll open up this door, and that's why these guys are now coming out. And in the game, right, the final room is the shape of a skull, and if you touch the black, right, you fall, and you lose. mobs love to spawn. Well, they come down here. They land right here. Right here? Yeah. And they walk straight that way. And they go down that hole. And I actually get their gear back. I don't know why they do that, though. So this room, instead of being like the final bunch of bad things to fight, there's usually one or maybe 0 to fight. I don't get it. I don't know how to make that better. Alright, and then you're done. Once you've defeated all the mobs, you come in here. Thanks, Link. You're the hero of Hyrule. Finally, peace returns to Hyrule. Those are what the end crawler says. Exit is here. Gift shop is to be built. Run. Okay, well there you go. That's what it looks like to run Zelda right now. Again, it can be speed run. It can be better. Now let's go ahead and turn it all off. The player will have a better way of doing all this when it's all prettified. That turns everything off. You can see it says, yes, mobs have been through here. Those lights are on. And this should have stopped. Pulled that back. And now it's letting things gather back in here again. It takes a while to get everything back, but I'm going to go ahead and speed these ones up. There's so many things that have to be reset manually at the end of a run right now. Right, that's some of the other things I have to do. Like, for example, all of that gear that I put into the food place. Hold on. Okay. It needs to be put back up into the holder. What to do? So let's go ahead and go grab it. You can see that this is off. Yay. Okay, this is all the gear. Just going to take a couple runs. So just because the mob spawner is off, you can see he turns here and opens that side. Doesn't mean it doesn't. These guys just don't randomly fall off the edge into the water and they get sent up here. Which is an interesting thing, which means that when you play this, there could be extra mobs in the system on the map already. So as the sun rises on Willy World on the Zedcraft 5 server, I have just a few more things that I think need to be done to the Zelda map in order to make it fully playable by your average everyday Zermit. Right? I need to, well, first make it pretty. This starting area has a lot to be desired. But aside from the aesthetics, redstone-wise, what I need to have is some better system for maybe resetting the items. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe this isn't horrible. Maybe I just have a book that says, all right, you want to play, but it's not your everyday play. Go do these things. One of the things I think the book is going to tell people to do, if I choose to take that route, is take a look before you start it. Go ahead and familiarize yourself with the map. How many googly monsters are already on the map? Is that okay? Do you want fewer? Do you want more? So I wanted to leave you with just some thoughts about, building such a ginormous game with I won't call it complicated redstone, but it certainly has an abundance of redstone. Everything needs a signal that goes somewhere else. And I want to make some analogies for people who, like, well, how do you keep control of everything? How do you understand where everything needs to be? When you're in school and your teacher says, hey, write a paper, and you write the paper, and then what? It's perfect, right? You never have to ever edit it ever again. You just write it the one time. Perfect. Well, no, of course not, right? Unless you're really good. I was never that good. I would say the normal person is going to write it, And then they're going to look at it and be like, oh man, that don't make any sense. Or they're going to have someone look at it and they're going to go, oh man, you got to change this. You got to, don't talk about this in this paragraph. Move this, move that there. Once you have something written, though, that editing process becomes simpler because you're not rewriting the whole thing. And now you have a form, and now you're just nudging it here and tapping it there. If you don't like, English paper examples, think of agile development. I don't know, maybe you're a developer. And you get your minimally viable product out the door. And as soon as that happens, you quickly find out why it's got more problems. It's got to be improved. It works. It's viable, right? It's a great step. But is it perfect? No. You have to keep hammering it. But being able to go into a tool that you made or an app that you've made and saying, oh, you want this to be a little bit faster or that to be a little bit more clear or that button to be bigger. I mean, those, now that you've got the draft out there, right, making those edits to it becomes easier. It's just easier to put in your head and get your head around. With this, I've built this and then I took it down and I rebuilt it and I take it down. All in the survival server. The mobs came up here. This sorter, which pushes the creepers over that way and the baby zombies that way and all the other ones this way. It, up to here, I didn't have to replace that. But after here, on how the monsters get, what kind of mechanism do I use to say go this way instead of that way, and I only want one at a time, and how do I have a memory cell, and how do I reset that memory cell? This isn't the original one. I've already torn it down, built it back up, torn it down, built it back up. This is the third iteration, and these ice blocks, they're here to signal that I actually went through and changed some of them for a fourth time. It's slightly different. What I did in this fourth one is I took that string that used to be right here and I moved it back. I was having some problems where the mob would trip the string. This would actually capture it and the mob would be stuck in the piston. So moving that string back. But I was worried that by moving that string back, then 2 or 3 mobs could get through. So I wanted to do it for just a few of these, just to see what the impact was on the gameplay. And if I liked it, then I would come through and do it for the rest. So, yeah, I'm about ready to, I think I do like it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take this, move the string back implementation, and make yet another change. But making that change now is easy. Going back and moving that string 1 block over, yeah, and I got to move from the redstone over. But right, I can keep my head around that. That's not complicated. Anybody can go move that string over 1. And so that's kind of the concept I'm trying to talk about here. Is you have to learn as you build and build as you learn. At least for me, when it comes to redstone, I know I want mob droppers. Well, let's build the mob droppers. And they drop too many. They don't drop enough. There's something wrong with them. Go back through and modify that until it gets to be right. Don't expect everything to work on your first try through. That's amazing when it happens. You watch the hermits and, the first time they build it, a lot of times it works, but that's because they built it in a different creative world and they just had to rebuild it in the hermitcraft world. This system here, this has been rebuilt. This is its third iteration too. For the longest time, I didn't have an item given to the monsters. Monsters were just despawned, and I was getting frustrated that, no, they're going through the string. Something is, and why am I not fighting? And I would go through the whole Zelda maze and fight just 2 mobs the whole time. And you're like, why? What's going on? And then I put in a system, and it was fine. It wasn't a horrible system. Even this one, even though it's working, and now the mobs are staying and not despawning, it's not easy to get to. Do I have to do it this way? Oh, I'm gonna fall. Woe is me. Maybe is there a way that I can put those chests, here, and so it could be like, hey player, fill this chest with the things you want the mobs to use. Press the button to go. I don't know. It's a lot of hoppers to get things up there and back. You know, but maybe for the ease of the player, maybe that's what's needed, though. Certainly not looking forward to that. But, what else? What else have I done recently? This timer. This is its third or fourth iteration of the timer. This red string. This is probably the fifth iteration of it. I had this cool idea that it would just go up and stay close, and then I had this cool idea. No, this red and orange, they can be the same line, and so I destroyed everything and put them in as the same line. And then I'm like, well, no, sometimes I want to only reset the mobs and not reset the timers. And so then I came back and separated them and made two lines. But it's learning. It's putting things in and trying to say, hey, does this work? And there's a lot more. I can go on and on and on. I probably already bored the heck out of you. You're probably asleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. No, wake up. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to have those, share those thoughts with you. Like, when you start building something large, it's okay to get it wrong. It's okay to learn. And I guess the moral of the story, and if you're ever reading up on innovators and how innovators think and how innovators work, they have a phrase, they have a saying that they like to say, and that's going to be the final words I have for you today, and those words are this. Teams that know how to learn to be comfortable with the ambiguity of a system and to learn their way through it are far more likely to succeed than teams that just know the answer. Because when you just know, you shut off all ability to learn. So be a learner, not a knower. And that's how you can accomplish great things, even in a game like Minecraft. All right, this is Ermal. I will chat with you all later. Thanks for letting me talk at you for a while. Bye-bye.